Welcome back to OPA Podcast, episode 70. Welcome back from the bye week. We're all here today, so say hi, everyone. Soup, you go first.
Hello.
Griffin
Hello.
and Wyatt.
That's me.
Before we get further, what did everyone do during the bye? I'll go first then, I guess. Twins broke my heart.
Wow.
Twins broke my heart.
And then no Formula One for me, so I just hung out with friends and helped my parents pull their dock up on Sunday. So
Yeah, I was just sitting in the darkness being sad about the Twins and the Gophers and the Vikings.
Oh, I don't want to hear it from you right now.
No, I know the Bears fan doesn't really want to hear it from me right now.
Just a stray over here. Just catching a stray over here. God.
Man, I'm like, I don't think that's a game that anybody should feel good about. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but you had to bring it up.
Yeah.
You knew what you were doing.
Oh, sure. Yeah, probably.
It's all sadness, Jason.
how about you, Griff?
I mean, while I was also being sad about the Twins, this weekend I kind of tried to take my mind off of football. So I didn't even really watch any college game, or I watched about 2 minutes of gameplay of the Vikings in the second quarter because I was at a brewing place. But then this whole weekend was just me on basically a 3-day bender. So this was a
Nice.
great, it's the bye week. This is when I recharge by getting rowdy, and then hopefully I can keep this energy going in to this coming week.
I will say though,
Great.
Does sound like a good time.
It does. I will note though, your men's Golden Gopher hockey is ranked first in both polls,
You're gosh darn right.
and they swept.
You bet.
And they swept University of St. Thomas this past weekend.
Right across the street from me.
Yep.
Is anyone else really surprised with St. Thomas? They're kind of putting together. I feel like I don't know. It seems like they're a decent team, kind of taking St. Cloud close.
hold
They're
on.
taking us close.
I got the inside scoop here because one of my buddies from law school is the assistant coach and director of hockey operations there.
Ooh.
Okay.
Brag, but okay.
Yeah. They are definitely like building something that's gonna be respectable at some point.
I mean, it makes sense. There's
Wow.
enough talent up here and in this area for them to survive for sure.
And I think they're hitting a lot of recruiting areas that other teams aren't hitting as well.
Sure.
So I think I think they're just going to improve.
So
And it's going to be another, addition to a great hockey state.
So are we adding another possibly Division One program, or are they
Oh,
Division
sure.
One?
For sure, Division One. They're
Division
One.
One.
They are
Okay.
Division One.
All right. That's awesome. Go St. Thomas.
But I know what you mean to like the standard because there's a lot of Division One teams who are not really Division One teams.
Not very good yet.
Yeah, I kind of did what Griff did though. I just like didn't do anything but watch the Bears because I'm a sick person on Sunday, and that was it. Otherwise, I just played a bunch of video games and hung out, which was much needed, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everyone, I hope to those listening and watching the pod, I hope you guys enjoy a great bye week as well. But moving on, we are going into Game 7 of the season against the Iowa Hawkeyes, the battle for Floyd of Rosedale, #HateWeek. Coming into this game, betting odds is a little all over the place. The spread right now, the Gophers is +3.5 to +5. I think Wyatt just rattled off to me Iowa's like -3.5, 4.
Caesars Sportsbooks has them -3.5.
Yeah,
That's moved 2 points towards the Gophers. I thought it opened at 5.5.
I saw that too. It opened initially at 5, and then in the last like
Yeah.
23, 22 hours, it just flushed down towards
That's interesting.
3.5. Yeah,
Clearly, the pundits have just completely stopped believing in Iowa's offense.
Well, and ours.
yeah.
You mean?
Because the over-under is 32.5 for this game, and that thing
It's
has
like the
stayed
third
consistent.
lowest, I think, of all time.
Oh, yeah, definitely it is.
And the first one is just a different Iowa-Minnesota game.
And I think the other,
Of
like the
course.
second lowest was against Kentucky during their bowl game as well, right?
Kentucky, Iowa that year because Will Levis sat out.
Yeah. So, I am not sure where to start. So, looking at it overall, let's start with Iowa's offense then. They have Cade McNamara, who transferred from Michigan, if
Is
anyone
he
needs a
healthy?
refresher.
Do we know? I don't think.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Twitter sphere and other reporting media is all over the place. So I don't know about Cade McNamara.
Yeah, I don't think he's playing, dog.
Yeah, last week it was just Deacon Hill. So
He tore his ACL.
Oh, is it ACL?
Yeah. ESPN just has him as like the face. It's because they don't care about this.
Mm-hmm. So is their backup Deacon Hill in?
Yeah, for sure.
Wait,
Yeah,
is
he played
Alex
all
Padilla
of
gone?
last week. He played all of last week. I don't know what's going on over there. I just know that Deacon Hill is who's playing.
So okay, so no longer game plan for Cade McNamara, now game planning for Deacon Hill. All right.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the deciding factor, but okay.
Nope. What else about this offense?
For Iowa,
Yeah.
they don't really do anything too special. But they will like punish you with a big play. Like if you miss tackles in the running game, they'll punish you. And
yeah, I mean, kind of.
Do
on
they
that
have a
same-
tight end?
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe they usually do.
Because Iowa usually has a tight end, so I assume that's what their offense is doing.
We all know what Brian Ferentz is up to. The race to like 355 or whatever is not going that well.
Oof.
Yeah, he needs some points bad.
Yeah, I think I would love to see a Joe Rossi like grudge game here.
Oh, I'll love it. But from looking at recaps and short short game recaps is on YouTube and stuff from the Big Ten and other media outlets that broadcast the games. Rushing attack looks like they're leaning more on that as we know the off-air soup. Cade McNamara, or was it me and Wyatt, only thrown 4 touchdown passes to 3 interceptions until he got injured.
Yeah.
So, and then I think like a week or two ago during the last pod, Iowa did not throw a pass to a receiver.
Yeah, I mean, they're winning games though. So as much as you make fun of them, they keep winning games.
Definitely. So I'm a little bit as we expect with Iowa, good run game and probably a decent tight end somewhere in there. I don't know the name.
It's mainly they've got explosive runners and they'll punish you for making mistakes. But if you don't really make mistakes, they're not really gonna do anything that special. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're sound against them, you should be okay. But if you let them leak out, they will punish you for it. They still have athletes, and I don't know. I think they're really gonna need like Cody Lindenberg back this game. Hopefully, it would be so good.
Yeah, let's touch on
That would be
Craig
awesome.
McDonald, the nickel transfer, if he could just start playing more and get like more snaps, and I think Darius Green in the run game too. I think would be very, very nice to see.
Yeah, fingers crossed that Cody is back. If not, then I just need the young linebackers to tackle, please.
Yeah.
That's
Please tackle.
your job. Because we all know Joe Rossi is always has the game plan ready to go, and put our players in the best position possible. It's just those
they're
guys
gonna have
can
it
get in there.
dialed in.
Yep. But other than that, let's move on then. Iowa's defense going against our offense. Well, I don't know any major names on the Iowa's defense. Solid as always. It's a Kirk Ferentz defense, keeping things very real and in front of them. Good at tackling.
Don't let them turn you over. Just don't let them turn you over. But Like they've got Cooper DeJean still, but outside of that, they don't really have any like super special playmakers. You just can't give them the ball. It's going to be a real test to see if how Ethan has grown if they don't turn the ball over.
Yeah, especially following 2 fairly brutal interceptions in the last contest.
Yeah.
It's going to be a really good litmus test.
I think the goal is to have everybody healthy, right? I think the goal
It's
is
always
a
the goal.
clean injury report off a bye week. So far, I think signs are good-ish. I'm not sure about Cody Lindenberg. I'll believe that one when I see it, I guess. But DT, I think he'll play. Darius Taylor will play if he's healthy at all.
Oh shoot, I might have done goofed. I think I might have cut off my audio during the recording, and I stopped and started recording again. So whoops.
We got to redo the whole pod.
No.
You just have different files to patch together.
I just messed up this last portion, so apologies to the listeners and viewers. But
boys, pack it in. We got to redo the whole pod.
No. We don't have to. Looking next then, special teams. Obviously, we all love and hail the great Dragon Kesich, but Iowa's special teams has always been good.
Yeah, this is where I'm super scared again of Mark Crawford being, 39 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
Because
this is where they'll take advantage of you.
They'll score multiple touchdowns on special teams. They are good on special teams.
Scary good, actually. Yeah.
This is definitely the test game where I'm going to end up just going off on him for not doing enough. He's been lucky this season.
Yeah, it's if they let him field the ball, it's going to be very bad. I think they should just kick away from him.
So kick towards the sidelines.
Kick towards the sideline.
What's the kid? What's the kid's name
anyway. Now? He's not kicking it more than 40 yards anyway. Just have him kick it 38 yards down the sideline. It's DeJean. It's their corner who's super good.
Yeah. I think Mark Crawford can be a directional punter, right?
He can.
I mean, they've shown these, but the problem is as long as the receiver catches the ball, nothing happens because this whole thing is predicated on the ball hitting the ground, but they just don't let it hit the ground.
I mean, I would sacrifice the yardage, just for the timing of all the players to be there when he catches the ball.
I agree.
I was I'll take a 30-yard punt if I know he's not going to return it versus a 45-yard, and then he just weaves through our special teams. So I think just field position in general.
30 yards and 5 guys on it.
Yep. And just making sure the offense can at least get a little bit down the field, because I don't even want to necessarily have him try and flip the field. I just want him to actually just be pinned deep, or Iowa getting pinned deep roughly in their own, 20, 30-yard line. So it's a normal drive that they have to start.
And also, I will say this: make sure none of our gunners or returners are making a boneheaded end zone touchback catch instead of landing it on the 1-yard line.
Talking to you, Quentin Redding.
Yeah, mental mistakes. I'm glad they took him off kickoff, but I still could do without him on punt.
Yeah. But we'll see what happens this Saturday because we don't know.
Let Sean Tyler return the kick. See what happens.
Put in Sean Tyler. Looking at you, PJ.
Just let him return a kick. He's already back there catching them. Just let him try and take one because he's got 3 in his career in the MAC level. Maybe
don't let him return a dumb one. Don't let him return one in the back.
No, but you're 3 yards, 5 yards deep. Sure.
Have him catch one and make a decision.
Yeah.
Do something.
Yeah, I don't know. Try and be a benefit to your team and not a liability. Maybe is that asking too much?
Or maybe none of the ball's about to land on the 5-yard line and the special teams already looking towards the sideline to run off the field. None of that, please. But yeah. Anything else to touch on this Iowa team going into this Saturday?
I don't know.
Just that I hate them and I want a pig.
Yeah, this is the one that this is PJ's white whale, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're 0-6 in the PJ era.
Yep.
Sure. And however many.
I think it's 6. It might be 7.
Yeah, no, it's 0-6 because PJ played Iowa. The Gophers played Iowa during 2020 during the first COVID season, and we didn't win that game either.
Oof.
So, yeah, that's rough. But I mean, maybe now's the year, but we'll see.
I mean, I think we are like we should be better than this team. Like, it's so annoying because like you have talent, and these on offense, I mean, like specifically, like your offense should be able to put up more points than Iowa's offense, and your defense should be able to hold them off. Like, this Iowa team is just not good on offense. They're not. And you have to be able to take advantage of that eventually, and you just haven't been.
Especially if you're going to have a backup quarterback at the helm.
Yeah.
This is your chance to, disrupt early and disrupt often. So if you can get them out of a rhythm that they've never really had to even start with in these first 7 games, there's really not much that can happen for them.
This is PJ's chance to like surprise us and take a risk, trust his quarterback to go out there and play football and outscore Iowa's special teams.
I think.
And
Oh, go ahead.
it's tough. None of us, I don't think any of us in this podcast are like anticipating that he'll do that.
No, as much as I want to see this Gopher team just stay on the gas pedal and bust it all the way to the end of the fourth quarter, till the clock hits 0-0. We're probably never going to see that because PJ is going to be like, oh, we have if again hypothetically, if we get to a 21-point lead, PJ is going to go. Jim, I know, Griffin. He's going to go trestle ball
that hurts
for the second half. And then he's going to blow that lead again. And it'd be like, oh, we lost to a good Iowa team. I'm like, no, you went off the gas.
It's a rhythm thing, but it's a rhythm thing on offense. Like, in those situations where they're up a ton of points and they come out running the ball, that's fine. Like, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. But when it starts to, they score a touchdown, and then, you can't really do anything on offense for 2 drives in a row, then it's like, okay, let's get it going on the other side of this.
Other thing.
It's more about trying to be balanced than anything, right? Like, that's all anyone's asking for. Is you're too predictable right now.
I mean, you could say the same about that.
All you, Griff.
No, I was just saying, Iowa is as predictable as we are in terms of they don't have the O-line this year that they've had in the past, and all they want to do is keep running the ball. And these plays that are keeping them in these games are all just this one explosive play that sets them apart. Caleb Johnson running 60 yards. Just all these. They've been living and surviving off big plays, punt returns. So, anyway, Wyatt, your
Positive
predictability.
Field position from turnovers.
Predictability is one of these things in football where there's a certain degree to which you need it, and then there's a point where it becomes a bad thing. And I think we have sort of hit the point where it's just a bad thing.
You're just getting in your own way too. That's the problem. Is you're biting off your nose to spite your face, right? You're making the whole thing less efficient, and then when you do go to the passing game, you're desperate for something, and it's just you need reps right now. You can't expect you're not expecting clutch plays every time.
Yeah. And the Gophers offense isn't really a clutch play offense. And listen, I think Ethan's talented. I don't know if he's got clutch in his arsenal yet.
I mean, did we forget about Nebraska game already? Did we already forget about that?
Probably. I'm trying to think back to what he did in Nebraska game that got us to win, and
Threw the
it's
game-winning touchdown at the end of the game.
4th and 10.
Jackson catches it on 4th down in the end
yeah.
zone.
Well, there you go. Then let him cook. Why
Yeah,
aren't
I think he had 40
we
attempts
letting
that
this
game,
kid cook?
right? 40 attempts, I think it was that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Something like
just,
that. Yeah,
you know.
no, I remember that.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Iowa's attempted more passes than we have this year. And it's not just because
knowing that Caden McNamara was out last week, they probably have. Yeah.
It definitely was last week. And we didn't play. And I don't think they threw that much, and it's, I don't think. It was already over.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's just about, you can't be afraid to go win the game, right?
For sure. And for some reason, PJ just doesn't do that.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
We'll definitely see. But let's go on to predictions then. I still believe we can win. I'm taking the Gophers 27-21.
What in the world?
I am going to
Jeez.
over on that 32.5.
Wow. That's
Hey, we're fresh off a bye week. I got my juices back. I'm feeling good. And then wait for Saturday night to roll around and my heart get crushed. So, yeah. What about you, Soup? What's your prediction?
Well, I'm pretty sure I picked a win in the preseason, so I'm gonna stick with it, even though this is a very losable game for PJ.
But it helps if there's a backup in.
Sorry, did you guys just hear my kitten fall off of my PC tower?
No.
yes, I did.
I think you're just making that up. Must have been something else.
Idiot. Yeah, so I picked them as a preseason W here. I don't feel great about it, but I'm gonna ride with the Gophers because why not? I'm more riding with Ethan than anyone. Just let him go. Let him do it. Let him do his thing. Whatever. Who cares?
Let Ethan cook.
Who cares? The season doesn't matter. Just let him go. So I'm gonna pick Gophers 17, Iowa 13. It's gonna be a long one.
Griffin?
What did I pick preseason? I don't even remember.
L.
Hold on, Jason. While you're looking at it, did I take a preseason L as well?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
16 Iowa. 13 Gophers.
That's fine.
God damn it.
So the thing is I hear that and I go, yeah, that makes sense.
Field goal mania.
It sucks because I was gonna say 16-10.
What?
Oh,
You could still say
You
that.
can still say that. That's great.
I'm going to because it feels right and I hate it.
Damn, 10-16 for Wyatt?
Yeah, I think we get the
Yeah, we're
the
going-
Dragon Kesich game or whatever. He hits a late one to put them up 4, and then give me a game.
And then they take the
heartbreaking
kickoff
pick
return
from,
for a touchdown.
No, stop it. Game sealing pick from Justin Wally. Give me it.
If we say it now, they can't hurt us later. Yes, they can.
You know what I'm calling for? Again, because of my score. Well, again, mine's high points, but I'm saying Tyler Newbin gets the game-winning interception and brings it into the end zone.
Oh, just a heartbreaker at the end. That'd be awesome. in Iowa. Oh,
in
I would
Kinnick. And plus,
I would
they're
need a
ranked.
cigarette.
Iowa's ranked 23rd or 24th, right? So
Yeah, let's not even talk about that. Oh my God, you're telling me
Yeah, but
there are only 23 better teams in college football? Please.
Jason, I'm just more surprised with how many touchdowns your prediction has.
Yeah, that was my main thing too with it. I was like, you couldn't get me to bet the over on this game if your life depended on it.
I know, but then
Yeah,
again,
after
go ahead, Wyatt.
after last week's brilliant display by Iowa and Wisconsin, I just couldn't justify putting 20s on the board at all.
Again, I'm drinking the juice, so we'll see what happens.
I hope you're right, buddy.
We all hope you're right. It's just
We'll see what happens on Saturday.
You won't get fooled again. Fade out right here.
All right. And then is that a wrap for previewing Iowa?
I think
I
so.
guess. I'm really not looking forward to watching this game with my friends.
What's there to talk about in this game where the offenses are both doing bad and
Special teams. That's what we talk about.
nobody but our special teams are bad.
Besides Dragon. Remember, Dragon is the
We just-
asterisk.
Let's drag on. Yes.
We look at both
sorry.
kickers. Let's see what their average is. Let's see what their long is. Let's see how well they pin each other. That's just
Can we
Name
amend a
of the game.
prediction? Can someone take 12-6? Just a bunch of field goals.
wasn't that like a Michigan State game with them one year?
Sure sounds like it.
It was 6-9. It was Nebraska, Michigan State.
Yep, you're right.
I remember that game because they honored a punter who had passed away pregame,
Oh.
and then it was just kicks. I was like,
So
this is
nobody could
on
score. Nobody could get in the end zone on principle.
on brand. It was just a bunch of field goals and punts. That was the game in honor of the punter.
And it was beautiful.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a game like that on Saturday, too.
Which we will lose because our punter is bad.
Yeah, our punter is unless he puts the ball on the sideline.
The best part about scoring,
Which I don't think he will
touchdowns is
do.
keeping him off the field.
Yes.
That is true.
I'm sure he would prefer to not be on the field as well, to be fair.
What? Because he's older than me? Is that why?
Well, it just means that he gets to sit there and not have to do his job and his team wins.
Pretty sick.
Imagine not doing your
do you
job
mean
being
Brian
better for your
Ferentz?
team.
Do you mean Brian Ferentz? Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
that too. That guy
Oh.
too.
Whoops.
But all right, cool. I guess that's a wrap for episode 70 of Opa Podcast. Oh, FYI, the game is being aired on NBC for 2:30 p.m. kickoff Central.
Ooh,
I hate
what
that
a
time.
bad time to kick off a football game.
2:30. Not a fan of the 2:30 kicks.
Yeah, delete the 2:30 kickoff time.
Can we wait till we're better before we get these games?
Yeah, this schedule has been brutal for my psyche, basically.
Oh, I haven't even touched on Michigan State. That one's now also 2:30 on BTN.
Why?
I have a sneaking suspicion that they don't think people like the 2:30 games or watch the 2:30 games, and that's why they're putting bad teams in this time slot. I think that
sounds
might
right.
be.
If you think about it, 2:30 is the new 11, and because that's how the NFL operates differently. But I think for college, because you the tradition of game day tailgating and stuff is so much stronger in college than it is in the pros. That there's just so many more teams. That you're up, you're ready, you go to the game, you're done by 2-3 o'clock. You can go home, catch a nap, and still do something with your Saturday night. It's perfect.
Or is the
You can
vice
tune in for
versa
the
with
late- You can tune in for the late game, right?
or is the vice versa of a night game where like you can sleep in, then go tailgate, and then just have a fun Saturday night at the game. But you can't really do it with the 2:30 or 3:30 because like
No,
Yeah, 2:30's crap.
2:30's like you still have to get up really early, but it's like almost too early at this point. It's like too many hours. And then by the time you get through the game, it's 5, 6 p.m. And then you get home, and you're like, well, I'm too tired to do anything. Can't take a nap. So I guess my night's over. And you just hang, which is, it's not the worst thing in the world, but like,
yeah.
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 Yep.
You
I
heard-
think that's really good. That's really well put.
You heard it here, folks. Hope the podcast crew hates 2:30 games.
2:30 bad.
11 a.m., 5, 6 p.m. good.
yep.
But cool. Well, everyone, thank you so much for watching and listening to episode 70 of OPA Podcast. We will be back next week to recap the Iowa game and preview Michigan State. But other than that, we'll see you guys later and have a great Saturday if you're attending the game. But other than that,
Oh.
Oh.